Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. In case you guys did not know, there was a huge Madden 16 patch that just dropped yesterday that addressed a ton of issues, bugs, and gameplay improvements, and even a new mode, Draft Champions Ranked. But today I wanted to take a deep dive into some of my favorite gameplay changes that were made yesterday in the patch, and that was to the aggressive catching mechanic. They also improved the zones, but I may take a look at that in another video. But right here, starting out, what I basically did was go over cover 3, cover 4, man cover 2, and we have a little bit of a surprise testing at the end there. So straight off, what they did was increase press breakup chances when using the play receiver mechanic in a 2-man aggressive catch situation. So I only had one controller, so I wasn't able to test that, but how it's supposed to work is that if you don't click on, if you don't hit any of the mechanics, the computer will automatically choose for you. So in those situations, I'm just going to assume they're going to choose the proper choice, which would be to play the receiver there. So you can see I have a matchup here of Calvin Johnson versus Darius Slay, which is the cornerback for the Lions. And so I did this in a previous video. I used the same team, Lions, to see how that matchup. Now Johnson is overmatched in a better receiver than Slay is a cornerback, about 10 points. But Slay is not a slouch, coming in about 85 overall. He's not the worst corner. He's definitely better than most there. So as you can see here, that he's going back and forth in the cover 3. But notice a few things in that they are playing the ball well against the aggressive catch of going up. There's basically one-on-one situations there. He's going up and he's looking at he's getting some aggressive catches on, but it's definitely not as money as it was previously. But if you take a look there, a few things you notice is how the safeties are actually playing the verticals a little bit better there. They're not getting beat deep so easily on the verticals, and he comes away with an interception there, as you can see. With the cover 3, also take a look at the pass rush. They improved the CPU pass rush in the patch, and you could definitely see, even though you see this highlighted there on the DN, I'm not actually controlling him. That's the computer there, and you can see the pressure is right there. I mean, this is just like basically a 5-step drop, and the pressure is actually getting there with the front 4, no blitz at all. So that's definitely a big improvement, and I think that's an awesome one there as Calvin Johnson comes down with the catch. But what I'll basically, at the end of the video, I'll have all things tallied so you can see the differences between how many catches and back downs and interceptions I have for each one as I switch over to the cover 4, and he actually comes down with a catch there. In the cover 4 situation, they did play it pretty well, and it's basically similar to how it was previously. The safety stayed over the top though, which was nice, and I noticed a lot better with the zones are improved there, especially how the safeties play in the cover 3 was a huge difference, because before they would just get beat so badly on the seam and stuff like that in the cover 3. In the cover 4, they're staying over top. I didn't press the cover 4. That might be something that I might test in another video, pressing it and see how the press works, and press is different after the patch, because they have changed that as well, that the safeties and corners don't just get beat deep when they're off and stuff like that. So that's actually would have been a pick there, but he was out of bounds. He made a good play on the ball. So I really like that. One of the other changes that they made was they actually they improved how the safeties play the ball versus outside streaks and seam routes. That might be something else I might test individually, just seeing how they play just the seam routes versus cover 2 and cover 3 and such. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a pick. Calvin Johnson came down with the catch. But if you see, once you see the stats in the game, it seems like they're catching a lot, but really, it's really been reduced. It was reduced with the first gameplay tuning they came out with, and I did the video about that, and you can see that the aggressive catching was toned down. And even more so with these latest improvements, you can see that the defense definitely comes down with the interceptions more after this patch here. And Slay is not even an elite corner. He's a good, solid corner, but definitely not one of the best corners in the game. So even with the Calvin Johnson versus a good corner, you can see that it's a good amount of interceptions he's coming with. Not just tip picks, but actually the corner going up and snatching it out of there and getting the ball and picking that off. So that's definitely great to see that definitely with this new changes, you cannot live off of the deep pass here. As I switch over to the cover 2 man now, and this was the biggest difference I've seen versus everything so far. The cover 2 man, it was lockdown. Now, before, you might be able to get it off and get some aggressive catches on cover 2 man. I've played online and I've got burned on some third, even fourth and longs versus a cover 2 man, but it was totally shut down. That's the biggest difference with this the new patch that came out. I mean, I did not complete. I don't want to give away too much to the end because I have the stats there, but I just threw that to get the first down. But I did not complete one deep pass to Calvin Johnson on the cover 2 man, and you can see here it is totally locked up, and which is right. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Guys should not be throwing in double coverage and just doing crazy animations and coming down with the ball, which that was possible before. Even if you go back to the last video, I did actually make some catches in the cover 2 in double coverage, even though it was less successful than versus cover 3 and cover 4. But the cover 2 now, if you want to stop the deep ball to the deep receivers, it is total lockdown. Like, I'll maybe go and do some more there, but more than just 10 that I did for each one. But the cover 2 man, and not one pass was completed versus cover 2 man, and that is great to see. Kudos to the developers. I'm so happy that I now for sure feel confident to go on a cover 2 man, and I know they're not going to just come out with some circus catch and come down with the pass. So that's definitely a big change. So the last one was increased chances for elite defenders to intercept the ball during 2-man interactions. And so we got it coming up here. I said, why don't I go with arguably the best corner in the game and just test this last one out. And so we could think about Sherman, thought about Pat Pete, thought about a couple guys coming to mind, but I had to go with my main man, Darrelle Revis. And we put Revis on the field one-on-one, Calvin Johnson, no safety help, to see if we could test this new mechanic. Will the elite? Oh wow, already.
Oh yeah, yeah, there it is.
Look at Darrelle Revis go up and take that. The first time I tested him deep, and the safety came over a little bit, but still was not a factor on the play. And you can see he is just all over it. Another knockdown, and he plays the ball. The elite corners, they did play well, good before. I'm not going to take that away and say it was, but right now you can see the difference. And that's the first catch Calvin Johnson actually comes down with against Revis. And this is one-on-one. This is one-on-one coverage, and I think they play it great. I love how the elite corners play even more elite now after the last patch. He's knocking it away. So far we have one catch versus Revis. Look, Revis getting hyped. Revis getting hyped over there. And let's see what Calvin Johnson's coming down with now. Oh my God. Damn! The one hand back snatch by Revis. Wow. I mean, so serious. He played that so nice. I take a look at his replay here. I mean, that's a sick interception. I love how he reaches back and feels for the receiver and where he is, and then just locates the ball and picks it off. Another knockdown. So far we only got one catch by Calvin Johnson, one-on-one. Only one catch. Revis is all over it. And safety came over late, but again was a non-factor. So let's see. We got the last one and see what Calvin Johnson, and makes a great catch there. And so out of 10 throws, Calvin Johnson comes down with 2 catches. I mean, that is a huge difference. I mean, before, when I did this test, I think it was like, I don't know, like 30-40% or something like that completion with one-on-one. But with Calvin Johnson, gets basically shut down one-on-one by Darrelle Revis. So I have the final stats here. And so we have a cover 3, was 4 catches out of 10 with 40% completion percentage, 3 interceptions, 3 knockdowns. Against cover 4, I got 3 catches, 30% completion percentage, 2 interceptions, 3 knockdown, and 2 overthrown. And cover 2 man, which is really the biggest one out of all of them, which is the biggest shocker for me, even more so than the elite defender changes there. But the cover 2 man, 0 catches, 0 completion percentage. That is just nuts. 2 interceptions, 5 knockdowns, 2 overthrown. And I love the balance of the interceptions, because you do want the guys to play the ball better. You do want the aggressive catch not to be OP, but at the same time, you don't want to have 5, 6, 7 interception games. I mean, that's just not realistic. Peyton Manning notwithstanding. But the normal NFL game, you're not gonna have 5 interceptions on a game, and no one wants to see that. So I love how they kept it. It's very sim that many deep throws there, and that it's not all picks, it's not all knockdowns. So I like how there's some overthrows mixed in there, there's some knockdowns mixed in, there's some interceptions in there, and there's a few catches not counting cover 2 man. And definitely you can see how the difference in, even though cover 2 man and cover 1 man is not the same thing, you can see a difference between Revis and Slay there. Slay giving up like one-on-one situation a 40% completion percentage, Revis only giving up 20%. So a cover 1 man versus Revis only gave up 2 catches for a 20% completion percentage, 2 interceptions, and 2 really amazing interceptions, 4 knockdowns, and 2 of the balls were overthrown. So you definitely can see the effects of the patch. I think it's really great and really balanced, and you can definitely see the difference. And just like I said before, kudos to the devs. This is a huge, major patch, and there's so many things, so many changes you can go and do breakdowns with. Just going from how the zone plays to, even like you said, you go back and take a look at the pass rush. Big difference. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Smash that like button and subscribe for more Madden 16 content, breakdown tips from Sports Gamers Online. This is The Natural. I'm out.